comes in. Ryan, what's going on, bud? I was out, oh, the little suckers. I was out looking for crappie, which I found the other day, but they seem to be way farther than I can cast to them. So I went over to my big bluegill spot, and I'm catching bluegill, but not the monsters I'm used to, so I don't know what happened this year. So good morning, Brian. There's Curtis, what's up? That's the one thing about streaming live like this. It's hard to do it with it's hard to read the chat with my reading glasses. Keep missing them. There's got to be a ton of little guys out here, but I got a few nice ones. Wouldn't go live if I didn't. Let me catch a fish here and I'll read chat in a second. Caught a bunch of bass at another pond. I didn't want to show that because good old Lyle would have his have a field day with it. But you know, fish are camera shy as soon as you turn on the camera. Should do is cut this Berkeley gulp in half. We're not here for little tiny guys, we're here for fish. Good morning, everybody. Give me a second here. And I'll read chat. There's geese everywhere. I don't know if you can see them. They flew over me a few minutes ago. I thought they were gonna crap all over my head. There we go, there's one. I don't think it's huge, but it's a fish. There we go. There's one. I'm not even keeping them for bait because I don't want to keep them in my bait tank for too long. So I don't think I'm going flathead fishing for another week or so. I just got an excuse to go again. Go bait fishing again, which is fun. All right, let me put on my old man glasses. Jesus Louise. Got my fingerprints all over them too, so they look all dirty. Should put on my earpiece. Paul Boyd, what's up, Buggy? How you doing, man? Getting ready to mow. Cable's out, so no work. Gotcha. Quiet man, I think I said hello to you, buddy. So yeah, we're just doing a little pond fishing. This spot I used to catch last year. I was catching monsters out of here, way out in the middle. But it seems to me like they had a good year spawning because the little suckers get to the bait before the big ones do. It happens a lot. If you know, you know. So I don't know. We will see. I was fishing a heck of a lot deeper. But I was good hooking them, which means the bait was laying on the bottom. We'll cast one out there a little farther, see what happens. Oh, I'm getting hits, but that don't mean you see what I mean? The little ones are just like flooding this brush pile that's in the middle of this pond. Man, I got the crap kicked out of me the other night on the river. That sucked. Woo, but you know, it's all a part of it. You know, fishing was rough when you get home and it's like, ugh. I hope everybody's doing all right. I'm feeling better. I was a little sick yesterday. Couldn't help Lyle out on Panfish Nation. Felt better this morning. I figured I wanted to get out of the house, get a little fresh air. Got some work done early. So wind kicked up a little bit and the bike kind of slowed down. Or it's the wind either, or the camera. My bet is it's the camera. All right, let me see what happens here, and then I'll check chat. Yep, camera shy. I should make videos. I know I've been saying that for a long time, but I should. And video guys, they just make themselves look like great fishermen. Did I say that out loud? Oh, I said I was going to check chat too. It's about 82 degrees. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's a little warm. Come on, take it. Nope. Nope, little suckers. See, they're beating that. I would downsize, but I don't want to catch a bunch of 2-inch bluegill. That's ridiculous. I got the Berkeley little wax worms. Let's see what's going on in chat here. Hopefully you guys are talking amongst yourselves or doing whatever it is we do. All right, let's see what's going on. 20 people watching me not catch fish. Guerrero Bagre, how you doing, bud? Paul Boyd. Yeah, this sun's bright. It's hard to read. Let me see if I can turn up my brightness. Look at that. I'll turn up my brightness all the way. That helps a little, but not much. All right, let's catch a fish for y'all. Oh, that cast sucked. We'll see what happens though. Oh, look at that. Sucky cast catches a fish. Little dude. Not too bad. This is perfect bait size actually. Good 5-6 inches. Let me see. It's 7 inches. Anybody else do this? From my thumb to my tip of my pinky, it's 9 inches. So I kind of use it as a tape measure, especially in spots where like the crappie, one of my crappie spots, there's a 9-inch minimum. I want to make sure I'm not under it, so that kind of helps me out without having to pull out one of them crappie measuring devices. Let's see what happens here. Let's get another one. I'm not keeping, like I said, I'm not keeping them for bait. Probably should, but man, I threw everything at them flathead. Everything. I threw bass, crappie, bluegill, bullhead. Nothing. Nothing wanted it. Fished 3 spots, fished from 7 until what? Almost 1 in the morning, I think, 12:15. There we go. This one feels a little better. It's not the monsters that are in here, but better than nothing. I know Ryan Bortz had used this as bait. Yeah, I tried cut bait, not even channel cats. Yeah, it was rough. Kind of foul hooked this one right on the top of on the nose. All right, let's get another one. Little suckers nipping at the tail of that thing. Let's see if I can turn this. If I can't see you, might as well wait. Let me throw one way out there, see if the big girls are awake. I'm using the new Elite 20 from Whisker Seekers. Got to shout out my sponsor, MCC15. Look at that. Wait, I thought I had one. And the Catfish and Carp rod, too. They work good. Discount code MCC15. All right, there's my plug for the day. Good stuff, man. This rod casts like a machine. It's like a 1911. See, yeah, no, nothing out there. Let's get her in here. See what happens right here. Went from being 25 yards out to being 5 yards out. Man, they're picky today. It's like the bite turns on and then it turns off. Then it turns on and then it turns off. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing, bud? Hey, what's going on? Mr. Shane. We got a bunch of other people. Hey, what's going on, folks? How you doing? Double tap that screen. Give me a thumbs up, a like, all that good YouTuber baloney. Do. Come on, fishy. I'm using Berkeley gulps. No worms, no nothing. I tried a big 2.5 or the 2-inch Bobby Garlands. Come on, take it. They weren't getting nothing. As soon as I put this gulp on there, the bluegill started biting at least. I was looking for crappie in these ponds. They're in here. You just gotta find them and you gotta be at the right place at the right time. You all know. All right, let's see what happens over there. Oh, missed him. I'm telling you, them little ones, they grab that tail and take off. I should put a little 1/60th ounce or 1/64th ounce jig head on there, but I'm just using an Aberdeen hook. That kind of weeds out the real little ones and the bigger ones, because the bigger ones will be able to swallow that hook. Not swallow it, but get the hook, get hooked right in the nose. Seem to be doing better here on the weed edge. They stop biting as soon as I say something. Let me make sure I still got bait on there. Yep. Underhand cast it right out here in front and see what we got. The sun's like right here, which is what's blinding me from reading chat. Good thing about it is I can see the weed edge. They seem to be hiding in the weed edge, so we'll find out if they're biting anymore. Good thing about these bluegill is if they don't bite in a second, move your line a couple of feet until you find them. Nope, nothing off to the side. Sucks. Sucky, sucky. Sucky, sucky. No fishy long time. We'll try over that way. Nope, nothing. Glad I don't need a lot of bait today, or I don't need any bait. All right, we casted the left side to the right side, now right in the middle, and watch, they'll be right here. That's what I like to think. They're gone. They moved on me. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Hey, Mike Chavez, what's going on? Big Mike, how you doing? Tim, what's going on, bud? Just doing a little pond fishing. Needed to get out of the house. I'm not keeping any bait or nothing. This spot's usually pretty darn good. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what's going on. I haven't fished here all year. So last year it was usually pretty good. I caught 37 monsters out of here at the Panfish Nation tournament. I think Betty got her PB bluegill out of this spot when she was visiting. It was over a pound. It was a monster. They're in here. It's just where they are, I don't know. They could be all the way down on the other end. Right now, I'm not getting any bites. Maybe let me cast back out in the middle. That sun got a little brighter, a little higher in the sky. Maybe they went deeper. We'll see. The only problem when they go out there, unless they have a hook set on their own, it's kind of hard to get the hook to set. It's also kind of hard to see the bobber when it's 30 yards away. Let me loosen this up a little bit so I can turn this, give you guys a different look. If I'm not reading chat, you guys might as well be looking out there. Beautiful day out here. Bluebird skies, I think that could be the problem. Nobody really knows. If they claim they do, they're full of malarkey. Did I say that out loud? I mean, yeah, we know. Nothing, not even a nibble all of a sudden. I was getting hit after hit, even the little ones quit biting. There we go. Oh, missed him. See them little suckers just grabbed the end of that tail. Oh, here comes some kids. We'll see if they come over here. If they do, oh, look at this. They're all over here, feeding on the top. Just had two surface over here. Should have brought my fly rod. The kids are smart. They're fishing underneath the tree. See nothing. Nothing. They're camera shy. I just pitched it where those fish surface. Oh, look at that. See? Missed them. All right, we're going to downsize this bait and see what happens. Do I cut the tail off or do I put a little waxy on there? Let's cut the tail off of this. Because that's what they're grabbing. Actually, let's do this. We'll cut the head off and hook the tail out in half. Kids over there are throwing Senkos. Really small, tiny, little piece. I don't know if you guys can see that. I cut it in half. And I put the tail piece in, or the tail end on. Let's see what happens. Could do nothing. You won't know until you try. I do not know how NJ can read these chats on here because it's so darn dark. I got my brightness turned all the way up. There we go. See, I'll show you how little these little suckers are. This is why I didn't want to downsize it. Look, little dudes, tiny. I don't know, 4 inches maybe. Not what I'm looking for, but I wanted to catch some fish, so give you guys something to look at. Downsizing will help you catch fish. Just, at least when you're pan fishing or crappie fishing, you'll just catch more small fish. That's not necessarily what I want to do. If I was bait fishing, I would use that channel cat maybe. Let's see if I can get one more and then I'll read chat. Maybe I'll turn the camera with the back towards it. Well, I don't know. Well, it doesn't help when the bait's hooked up on the bobber. I hate that. All right, let's take a look at chat. Let's undo this. That breeze feels good, ain't gonna lie. Hold on, you know what? Let me see if I can't get a better view of this chat. Well, that was a freaking disaster. That was a disaster. All right, let me see if I turn. Can I see the chat better? You guys behind me? Nope, absolutely not. I can't see the chat this way. This is just a little better. Not much, but it is a little better. Mike Chavez still in here. Fish with Big Mike. You ever use live bait or just artificials for crappie? Yeah, just artificials, Mike. I don't use live bait. Problem is that you got to go so far to get minnows, and minnows are always coming off when you cast them. If I can get on them, I do all right. I do all right with artificials. I mean, I really do. It usually isn't an issue. I set my rod down and tied up the other one. Like here, I got my other rod set up. I'll show you. Ow, ow, that hurt. I pretty much use, anything other than like flathead and channel cats. Well, no, that's a lie. That's a big lie. Wow, what a mess. Kidding me. What a mess. Other than, well, I use mostly worms, but I use leeches for walleye. I use worms a lot, night crawlers, man, that's a sure thing. Sucker minnows, if I'm at the bait shop, but they cost a lot of money. Not necessarily worth it. My favorite way to fish for walleye is just sitting on the front of my boat with sitting on the bow of the boat with a worm and a jig head, to be honest. I troll for them with flicker shads. That's pretty cool. You miss a lot of fish that way. Jesus Louise. Am I gonna have to? Look at this, and I just made it 10 times worse. My goodness, what the hell? I am a professional. All right. You try to undo it and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And worse and worse. And worse. Doesn't help when you can't see. Oh yeah, I'm about ready to cut this off. You guys might have to sit there and watch me tie a new rig on here. My goodness. Piece of crap. The line. Oh, and I'm getting covered in no seams And I'm not even on screen here. That's good. You guys be seeing me cussing. Not a pretty sight. And they say braid gets tangled up. Four-pound test is no joke either. All right, that goes through there. All right, I think we're just about there. Wow, that sucked. Oh, would you look at, oh, maybe don't talk too soon. One more knot. No, 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 no. Well, would you look at that? We're done. We got it. Wait. As soon as I said that, another line crossed. And we're good. All right. Mike, you can't go wrong with a Bobby Garland for crappie. Here we go. I'll show you what I usually use. These are little roamers. One of my hand-poured crappie jig heads. These work pretty good, especially if you're live scoping, the little bigger body. I also use the Shad Swimmers Swim R's. This is a Kentucky Bluegrass. This is a nice color. I like them with a white head. Works pretty good. Those are good. Anything Monkey Milk works awesome. So yeah, those are what work pretty good in my area. Your results may vary. Let's see how bad you guys are laughing at me. Hey Don R, what's going on? Tim, I think I said hello to you. There's a bunch of new names out there. I can't read the screen. Let's see if the fish had enough of a break here while I was doing nothing but pissing myself off. Maybe not. Good thing about this spot, I'm not standing waist deep in weeds having to check myself for ticks when I get home or before I get in the truck usually. Come on, fishy, fishy, let's go. Oh, missed 10. See what I mean? Even too little for that sucker. Let's get one more fish. Let's get one more. I got a date with a breakfast bagel. There we go. Ooh, this one feels all right. A little better. Look at that. 8-incher, maybe. Yeah, 8.5. Oh, ow! Stuck me, son of a biscuit. There we go. Look at that. I got big, huge gombo hands, so it looks small, but it's 8 inches. Go. And he swam right into the rocks here, big dude. Ooh, like 4 swam out of the rocks. All right, I lied. Maybe I want to catch a couple more. Pick up a breakfast bagel on the way home because NJ won't bring me one. Then go home and do a little work. Come on, suckers. Trying to think how I can mount my iPad so I could read chat a little better when I do this. Eat the bait. They gotta be hiding in the weed line right here because that's the only place I'm catching them. This pond's got like a murky, sandy bottom, mucky bottom, or else I'd use a drop shot because it's covered in weeds. So I gotta use a float and fish right above it. Let's see if moving the bait slowly does anything. Yeah, it does something. It just picks up weeds. Come on. Come on. Some nasty weeds on there. They didn't want to come off. All right, let's see if there's anything out this way. Oh yeah, as soon as I dropped it in there, it went under and it's gone. Come on. I missed him too. Man, why are they so small here this year? They must have had a good spawn. So we need to put some bass in here. Get rid of these big bass in here. Get rid of these little guys. Something just jumped here behind me. I wonder if I turn this phone sideways, if I'll be able to see chat better. So people have asked me, they say, Mark, how come you don't keep those crappie and bluegill that you catch in those ponds? Well, when I pulled up, the landscape crew was here, and the guy was spraying above the water line because the water's so low with weed killer. I was like, might control the weeds a little bit, and that could be what's going on with this place because the weeds aren't really as bad as they usually are. They could have sprayed, they could have done anything, who knows? They don't care about the fish. People that live along here, they just don't want it to stink. Now, let me see if I could attempt to read chat here. Let me check my brightness again. Maybe it didn't stick. Hold on. It's volume. Brightness, it's all the way up. Yeah, I can't read it, folks. I'm sorry. We'll get one more fish and then we might call it. Maybe two. If they're biting or if they're still here. See, they're not in front of me anymore. I was getting bite after bite right out here. Where you at, fish? Where are you at? Why are you looking at me if I can't read chat? There's a little guy. Oh, maybe not that little. Man, these are fun to catch. I don't care what anybody says. Here we go. Look at that. There's another one. Another like 7-incher. All right. Let's see what else we got out there. Let's see if there's any more out there, I should say. That's about right where I caught that one. Come on, you suckers, get on my hook. If I had some red worms, I'd probably catch a ton of them. I'm not looking to catch a ton. I was trying to catch some bigs today. Man, they might be just scattered throughout here. That's not normal, but let's cast this way a little bit. There's a drainage pipe across the way there. Can you guys see that? There's a drainage pipe, and I just cast it to this side of the drainage pipe. I never catch anything on that side of the drainage pipe when I cast out there. But you never know unless you try. There's one. There we go. Look at this. As soon as I say, I'll never catch anything over there. There we go. Same size cookie cutter. Come on. Oh, this one's even smaller. Look at that. Tiny little bluegill hybrid, it looks like. Actually, not a hybrid. I should say a real bluegill. There are little suckers out here. All right, let's see if I can prove myself wrong. We're going to cast even farther over to that side. Nothing. I'm not even catching bass over here today, which is odd. Not that I'm complaining. I bet you them fish are down at that end. I'm not going to throw you guys in a truck with me if I go down to that end. So I got to go way around the whole neighborhood to get there. See, nothing. Nada. Give me one more. Airplane flying over, making all sorts of noise. We have a small, oh, it's a helicopter. We have a small airport over here. You know what I saw the other day? I was driving with the wife through Huntley here. Not Huntley, Woodstock. A lot of farms out that way. It's not far, maybe 10 minutes this way. Like I say, I live like on the edge of farm country and suburbs. But I saw a drone spraying weeds over corn. That was the coolest thing. I was gonna stop and get some pictures, but we were kind of late to a place we were supposed to be. But that thing was huge. Had to have been 6 feet across. Right here in front of me. Let's see if we can get a little one. Fish, you let me down. Yep, nothing. Man, this really shut off. As soon as I cast, little one jumps right here. Take the slack out. I just got a call. Ah. Just another one. That was a tiny one though. I could see that joker. Okay, that cast sucked. Sucky, sucky. Me fishy long time. I don't like that one at all. There you go. Bring it in halfway. Usually I can zero in on when they're at, but I seem to be catching them all over the place. The few that I caught, I have no idea. I don't know, 5 or 6 I caught on stream. Probably 5 or 6 before that. There we go. Nope, missed him too. I know them little ones are out there. There we go. There we go. Right on that weed line. This one feels pretty good. Not as big as he fought, that's for sure. Well, no, he's good size. He's got a pretty good girth to him. Look how awesome they are when they're, hold on a second here. They're all got their fins up. See, this used to be like on the small end of what I caught here. Not the small, when I was fishing with the gulps for big ones. And that's 9 inches all day. No, maybe just shy of 9. But it's nice, and look how thick he is. Oh, and he's gone. I didn't want him to hit the concrete, so I just kind of threw him in the water. All right, folks, this fishing is less than stellar, but we caught some. Pond fishing's always fun. I really like doing it. Now let me give reading in chat one more attempt. We'll turn this camera this way. Oh, that didn't help. Let me set this rod down. Alrighty. We'll unplug this. We'll take it out of the holder, see if I can't read it. See what's going on here. Look at that. I can read it a little. I only got a few people watching. Uncle Don, Mike, what's going on? Dave catches. Oh, Lance is in here. What's up, Lance? Guys, sorry I couldn't read. Up to something outdoors. Hello. Sorry I couldn't read the chat. This sun, it just is blinding. It like washes out my screen. I'm like having to cover my phone out to read what I did. All right, but yeah, they are tasty bluegills, 100%. Thanks for watching. I just figured I'd do a little quick stream while I'm out here. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you around. You know how to find me. I can't, look at this. I can't even read where to stop the stream.